Okay guys, it's me, the iridescent goddess, Faith, and we're here to do one of my iridescent flows, which is going to be heart and hip openers today. We're going to build a lot of heat, moving our bodies, moving our hips, opening up our chest, breathing deeply, making our spines elongated, and most importantly, being receptive of all the good the universe has for us. Inhale at Tadasana, exhale forward fold. Inhale lift, exhale into ragdoll. Hanging here for a little bit. Inhale up, exhale fold. Step, hop, or float back into your flow, into chaturanga, into cobra, and then into your first down dog. So tread out those feet, your heels planting into the ground, pulling on the energy. Hop forward, forward lift, exhale. Inhale, rise back into Tadasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And jump back into your flow. Inhale into cobra, making sure your shoulders are relaxed. And exhale into down dog. Again, treading your feet. Now a little bit easier. Your legs a bit more stretched. Step outwards into a bent angle, finding your moderation. I'm going to be in a bind right here. Then come out of the bind and into warrior two. Into peaceful warrior and back into warrior two. Checking your alignment with all your angles, and fold into a triangle onto your right side. Taking a breath here, and then moving your hands forward into a straddle, so you're right between your legs. Doing the same thing we did on the other side to the left leg, back to a straddle, and to our bent angle. Finding the moderation that you did before, either leaning on your knee or the bind. Now what I did here, I didn't have my heart as open as I should have. It was pointed towards the ground when I should have been lifting it up. But that's okay. So I'm going to step back into plank, chaturanga, and flow. Relax. Take a breath here. Step on the outside again into your bent angle, into warrior two. Exhaling into peaceful warrior and inhaling back into warrior two. Now we're going to shimmy those hips into a weird transition into awkward chair. Forward fold, exhale. Taking your breath. Inhale, lift into three-legged dog. And pulling the leg forward into pigeon. Now find your variation of pigeon. There's a lot of variations. Now either you can sit up straight, that's what I always suggest. But you can find king pigeon like I just did, and bring that leg back into down dog. Inhale, lifting that leg up into three-legged dog once again. On the opposite side, another variation like I did, I could do king, or I could lean forward and massage my third eye on the mat a little bit, giving my body a rest in pigeon, a nice hip opening stretch. Now inhale, legs up, back into dog. Exhale, inhale, exhale into plank, inhale into cobra. Exhale into down dog, and finding that shifting weight. Now exhale into child's pose and do a rolling breaths as you roll your spine. Breathe at your own pace. There's no rush here. Now we're going to find tabletop position, and we're going to exhale like a cat, inhale like a cow. Exhale like a cat, inhale like a cow. And an angry cat is when you're going to be lifting your knees off of the mat in cat, to activate your core muscles and to make them stronger. Take a deep breath and find child's pose again if you need to. Listen to your body. It's never wrong. It's always going to tell you what's right and what movements need to happen. So step, hop, or float into malasana. And now if you're going to bring them together, it's going to be a bit tighter. But if you step them apart, you're going to take your binds, and it'll be a bit more open, and your chest will be a bit more open, like here. So lift and open your chest. Release the bind, doing it on the other side now. Keeping your breath steady and as your guide. Now we're going to find half malasana here and shift our weights, keeping our buttocks off the ground, keeping our knees off the ground, and finding seated staff. Forward fold, and enjoy this forward fold. Inhale back up. Exhale, fold onto the left knee, making the right arm, the spine, opening into a twist. Doing the same thing on the other side. Forward fold over the right leg. Enjoying this forward fold. Using the left arm now as a spine, making a closed twist. Inhaling up, exhaling forward into a fold once more. And we're going to use hero into camel. And I can't stand hero pose, but when they say you don't like it, that's something you should do. You're going to sit on your feet and press back into camel, finding your variation, but either on the hips, the back of the thighs, the ankles, the floor. And go back into a child's pose to release all that tension that you just built up. Inhale up, hop, step, float back into your chaturanga. Three-legged dog to step forward on the outside of the hands. We're going to go back into a triangle. And you can't quite see it on this side, but I'm doing an awesome hip opening lizard pose that I'm going to show you on this side. So I'm going to three-legged dog on my left side, making a rest and lizard pose on my forearm, and then I'm pressing in on my knee to give a more open pose for this lizard position. Then if you have splits in your practice, you should be warmed up by now so you can give them a try. And forward fold over your dominant leg, sweeping over into another forward fold. Now you can modify this with half splits. And, it just always steps to a goal that you're setting for yourself. The pose is not the goal. It's what the pose brings out of you. It's what the pose teaches you. So now instead of going into hero into camel, we're going to go camel into hero. And hero is you having your buttocks between your feet, rested on the ground. You can find your way of adjusting yourself, but I can lean all the way back. And it can still be uncomfortable, but that's why we practice these poses. Find tabletop and then go into downward dog. Hop, step forward. Take a ragdoll here and a couple of breaths. At your leisure, breathe. Inhale up and exhale Kali Mudra as if you were Charlie's Angel shooting someone in the back. Exhale forward. Taking ragdoll. Inhale up, hands to prayer, exhale forward, and straddle to tripod. Now, when we're going to make a tripod, we're going to interlace our fingers like a little nest, and we're going to make a basket for our head to sit in. If you have an inversion practice, this would be the time to do it. Any inversion would be great. You can do downward dog, that's inversion, legs up against the wall, any type of inversion that works for you in your practice. Now, I find best for me coming out of this, I like to modify it into splits. And so you can bend that leg like I was trying to show you before. If you can't do the splits, that's okay. Just fold over and get to that place where it doesn't feel difficult. Now you're going to go from seated staff to boat into Shavasana. We're going to have a little bit of a wind reliever before we get to relax all the way. Get all the knots out as we embrace ourselves. The hard work we've done. Now we let our bodies relax. We allow ourselves to go to another place. We can feel our body turning off, honoring what we've done. Slowly and surely we deepen our breaths, our fingers and toes coming back to life. We roll onto our right side into the fetal position, thinking about the intentions that we've set before we even started this practice. And we sit up, eyes closed, bringing heart and hands to prayer in our center. honoring the feeling of namaste, seeing the beauty in yourself, acknowledging the beauties of other, taking a deep cleansing breath. Have a great day.